that is on the way shortly. But ahead of that, very pleased that Tim and Letitia have come to join us. How are you doing? Very good to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And you are here on the back of lots of shows, most recently, I think, Dublin. And it's fair to say you've been touring a fair bit since the new album, since Instant Holograms on Metal Film came out, which is a great record, a fantastic record. Have you been pleased with the love for this LP?
Yeah, surprised.
Why surprised?
Well, you know, when you get you're going on a bit, you've been doing records for 30 years, you're not expecting... You know, when you stop and you come back again, no one really expects that to be good, do they? I don't think.
Quite often it isn't, you're right.
So I thought, well, I'd like to make it good, you know.
So you were very tentative coming back then. You didn't go in like all guns blazing, thinking, right, we're back together, we're going to nail this. It was a bit like... You could kind of tell, really, by the way that even when you came and did the session, it was a bit like... You're a bit vague, a bit kind of non-committal, a bit saying, yeah, it's going well, and next minute your tours go rolling on and on and on, and it is a never-ending tour. You've got more dates coming, haven't you?
Yeah, we're going all over, yeah. But it was just simple. We just carried on doing the ideas that we did before, so the gap didn't really apply, you know. So we kept our ideas, and we did everything between the people in the band like we always did before. We worked with Cooper from Bishim Bahas, who really helped us, but we didn't come back like, you know, with a new sound, the sound for now, and you know, so that kind of stuff doesn't apply anymore, I don't think, for us anyway.
But I personally was hoping that you were going to come back and do a cod reggae album, but you didn't. But anyway, we'll gloss over that.
I think it's a record which is just... listening to it is full of ideas from various places, and it works so well as a whole. That seems to be what all of you feeding into it as, you know, as the best records are like that, I think.
Oh. Yeah, well, thanks very much.
Was it Andrew's idea to actually make the record? Andrew Ramsey, who's going to play drums later?
No.
Oh well, I read him one inch. No, it wasn't his. It wasn't his idea.
No, I don't think there was. You know, I don't think anyone can claim. You know, any.
I wasn't saying that he was.
Oh, Fred, what have you done, mate? I think the tour's off, right? Yes. Everybody,
no,
let's go home. No, I think there's a kind of organicity and continuity in all of it, and things kind of one thing leading to another, and that's just a sort of a natural flow that no one seemed to resist. You know.
Well, why should you resist it anyway? I mean, obviously, you get the momentum going, and you, like you say, you just, you know, you're doing it, you're enjoying it, everybody else is enjoying it. There's no question to be asked, is there, really?
No, but, you know, I think, to be honest, we just needed a break because we started at the end of 1990, and by 2012, we didn't stop. We either toured...
We started in the early 90s.
Yeah, May 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And we did, I don't know how many albums, you know, lots of double-figure albums, and 2 tours a year, 2 US tours a year, and I think it's just at that point you get blown out after a while, you know, it's quite difficult.
There's also the commercial side of it, and with that in mind, both Marc and I are wearing branded Stereolab pinafores, aprons, if you will, and there's been a burst of activity on the merchandise front, which is no bad thing. I think it's a sign of a healthy band. So, who is behind this skullduggery? The egg cups.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx is behind it. Inspired by the egg cups as well.
Yes,
the mugs.
Karl Marx egg cups.
The cake cutter. The ice tray. We've lapped them all up, folks, but it's not payola. That's just so we're clear.
Well, you know, that was obviously Martin Pike, our long-term manager, and runs the label Duophonic.
Runs a market stall as well, I believe.
Market stall, everything.
Can I just ask you about the putting the album together? Because I read, Tim, you saying that it's kind of like you almost like a puzzle when you're putting music together, you know? And does that mean that you've got a load of different pieces and then you do kind of weld them together? Is that kind of how it works for Stereolab?
It does depend on song to song, but I like to just think about how to do it like that's natural and just not like just strumming guitar and doing chords. Some songs are like that, like Melody off the new album is like that, and 1 or 2 others. But other ones I just like cut up chords and an organ and put them together and then just started. It's like a playful thing. I like it to be just discovering things, you know, because personally I don't have anything to say really. I just have things to, you know, find out. What do you do if you do that and you put these two things together? How does it go? And lucky enough, we have everyone in the band and Cooper on this occasion producing it.
Because Cooper'd worked with Bonnie Prince Billy previously, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know he does stuff with him. Yeah,
Right,
you know, he does. He works at Electrical in Chicago, which is Steve Albini's place, and he's really great. He's great with ideas, but he's really good, like technically.
Right.
And lyrically, of course, there's much you have to say. And I was listening to, example, Flashes from Everywhere a couple of times today, because once wasn't enough. And I do, perhaps it's me, and I don't generally take optimism and hope from records and from songs, but I definitely do from that particular song. And indeed, there's that sort of feel to the record as well. Is it fair to say that?
Well, yes, yeah, there's a lot of we're going through rather dark times.
I've noticed, yeah.
But it's not a new thing. It's just on course, and now it's just kind of accumulated. And you know, we have the fascists are in power in a lot of countries, in more countries than in more than half of the countries in the world. So it's a very concerning time. But of course, the question is, what do you do when you're faced with this gravity and kind of very concerning state of affairs? And I think, you know, being in fear and being in despair is not going to help. So I think that's when the artists step in to give you know, other options, and you know, and basically with fascism you just have to fight it, you know, nail and tooth, and in any possible way. And you know, and it's not like we have to necessarily take arms, because there's more of us than there are of them. Or indeed it's a disease, you know, and you get infected, and if you fall into the fear and all that, then you can, you know, shift into a dark place yourself. So I think, you know, joy is one weapon that we have. Well, you know, being together, gathering together, you know, not being isolated from one another, but, you know, and also expressing. And I mean, there's a lot of things we can do to fight it, you know, every day.
Yeah, and that comes through in the record. And
good.
We look forward to the session as well. I don't want to, no spoilers here, but there are some from the new LP, and there's some older numbers there, dating from the early 90s, indeed. There's at least one from there.
Indeed.
So we look forward to that, and thanks a million again for coming in.
Yeah, pleasure.
Well, thanks for having us
in advance, and we'll have the session in a short while. But for now, go and prepare in our tea drinking area.
Thank you. I'm going to put some shoes on.
Okay, good stuff. All right.
Hello.